What is up, YouTube? Hello, Party Parrots. It is new season day, and to kick off the spooky season, we of course have the zombies coming into Marvel Snap, and we have 5 brand new cards that just dropped in Marvel Snap. So if you're looking for some Marvel Snap content, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you're playing, help the algorithm out. Like I said, we're going to have a ton of videos out this week. We've got more coming out soon, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But what are we playing today? Well, we are playing with our newest season pass card, Zombie Scarlet Witch. And I loved this deck we have. And we're going to break it down in a second. But I want to really quickly talk about Zombie Scarlet Witch because I think a lot of people have the wrong idea about her. So she is a 3/2 with the ability, after you play a card here, Horde +2. What is Horde +2? That means it creates a 0/0 zombie horde and then gives it 2 power. So this is kind of like old Angela if you were around for that, where every time you play a card into there, you're getting 2 power. But it's going somewhere else, which is actually a really huge upgrade. And I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, Horde is going to be like a brand new deck. And I think that there is a deck there, or people have said that it's very parasitic. And I really want to push back on that. I do not think Horde is a parasitic mechanic. What does parasitic mean? Because you might not know. That's generally a card game term for uh basically the mechanic really only works with itself or with something else. And for an example of that, imagine a card that says charged. And there's just like half the cards in the game say charged and it doesn't do anything, but a lot of other cards say like on reveal +1 power for each charged card you have, or ongoing, give all your charged cards +1 power. But that charged mechanic doesn't do anything itself. That's a parasitic mechanic because it's only going to work. You know, a card that on reveals gives charged stuff bonus power is only going to work with those charged cards, and charged doesn't do anything by itself. Horde doesn't do that because Horde is bonus power, right? Horde will always just give you extra power, and that's how you win Marvel Snap. So Zombie Scarlet Witch is not really a parasitic card. However, I do think Zombie Giant Man is because he has the on reveal of Horde +1, then gain power equal to your zombie horde. So you do need a big zombie horde in order to play this card. But I just really wanted to put that quick clarifier out there because I see a lot of people being like, oh, if I'm not getting Horde, then I don't need Scarlet Witch. And yeah, there might end up being a deck like that that's like parasitic, but that's like saying that, Mr. Fantastic is a 2-drop and 5-drop thing first steps aren't cards without Invisible Woman first steps. But no, those cards absolutely are. And even the Human Torch first steps works really well in Surfer decks because those cards do something and the end of turn works with something else. So again, I just wanted to push back on that. But what are we doing in with this deck? This is a super fun deck. And I think this is maybe the best way to play Zombie Scarlet Witch. This is basically super lane, right? What you want to do is get hopefully a Kitty Pride going, then drop a 2-drop like Madam Web or Surge, Mercury into a lane. Then you want to play a card like Zombie Scarlet Witch or Hope Summers, all into that same lane. Elsa Bloodstone, and then you just start putting those cards into the Scarlet Witch, getting that bonus power. Kitty Pride starts growing. With Madam Web, you can start moving them around the map and such. It is a very like small power package that you're just playing these cards and incrementally getting power. But what does that allow us to do? Because I've seen a lot of people going like all in on the Horde and all in on this play in one lane. I don't think you want to do that. I think you want to mix that with some good tech cards, right? So we have Cosmo, right? You play like Zombie Scarlet Witch in a lane, then you hit Cosmo and Kitty Pride. You can maybe move it around with Madam Web. Also gives you protection because, of course, your horde can get hit with stuff like either Shang-Chi or definitely Shadow King. So Cosmo can be really helpful. It can be really hard for your opponent to play around it as well. You've got the Mercury Cannonball combo, which is really good. And especially when you got a little bit of extra energy with like Hope Summers, you can move that Mercury out of the Scarlet Witch lane. You can keep it there. There's a lot of great options there. Mobius is just really, really important, especially for like Mr. Negative, like Crazy Sarah onslaught decks that I see. You just want to have these options, and that's what I loved about this deck. Was it felt like it had this really solid points package with like Kitty Pride, Zombie Scarlet Witch, for one. Two, you can move that power anywhere, even with like Elsa-ing the Kitty Pryde or Elsa-ing Mercury, the zombie Scarlet Witch, Madam Web pushing power. You can just push that power everywhere. And then you have a lot of great tech. Like you can pretty much answer everything between Cosmo, Cannonball Mercury, Mobius. There's almost no deck that you're just like unfavored into because you can just answer it all. And then speaking of the thing first steps, we also have him in this list because he does really well when you can fill up a lane and when you're playing, that Madam Web, that giant lane, you can move that thing around. You can play him on the last turn with like a giant Kitty Pryde. You got Elsa to buff him up to make sure you're hitting like 10 power things on the last turn. All of these cards, like I said, they just come together to form this really great point package of that your opponents basically can't predict. It's just so much potential power, while also just having so much tech that stops your opponents. So if you're looking for a way to play Zombie Scarlet Witch, I cannot recommend this list enough. But I know you guys want to get into some gameplay. It was a bit of a longer intro because I wanted to talk about the Horde mechanic. But for now, let's get into some actual gameplay. Really nice. Can I see a Mobius? Mercury. Ooh. Mobius one time.
Oh, snap.
Mobius, how you do that trick? Opponent plays out 3 cards. Okay, Demon. They either get our Elsa or our Scarlet Witch, but thank God for Mobius, huh? We have priority. Can I please see a Cosmo? If we're just giving me stuff, I mean, I'll take this. Answer's a rogue. Does only give us 3 power middle. But Mercury Cannonball probably wins us right, so we're really hoping that this guy goes middle. This Horde goes left, I mean. Come on, Horde, go left. Yes! Perfect. Love it, love it. A Nico. Oh, they're gonna get rid of the Elysium. Alright, that's fine. So let's move the Mobius over here. Play this here. You know what? Move the Mobius over here. Play this. Oh my god. Oh, okay. About had a heart attack. So we move this here and do this. Seems pretty strong to me. Victoria hand. Briga. Alright, so they have 2 Victoria hands. Let's see, how do we want to move this? What we can do... Play all of this out. Oh boy. So we move this here. Move this here. Do this. This. This? This has got to be enough, right? Yeah, this has got to be enough. Ori? mean, we won right. Oh my gosh, we just get there! Woo! And it's clobbering time! Wow.
Victory.
It's something cheap here. Cheap, 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 cheap. What do we want to see? Surge? Yeah. I want to draw Surge here. Surge? Madam Web. Madam Web's pretty good too. Let's see what they've got. Pretty good start. This is our first time playing Madam Web on 2, so we can see how good she is here. I honestly am pretty okay with getting a rock here. Makes me a bit less okay with it, but I think this is probably fine. We'll do this. The Cosmo would have been so good! I was like, I don't think I'm going to catch anything with the Cosmo. Absolutely would have wrecked them. So, that's unfortunate. How does Horde work in deep space? I think it'll work how I want it to, so that's good. Alright, they're playing Mr. Negative. That's why we play Mobius. Yeah, we'll just put the thing here. We can move it right. He should basically win us right lane. Magic, okay. And our opponent does have to, you know, have something. We've got Mobius. Let me just draw good old, Kitty Pride, there she is. I'm gonna snap. I'm feeling good. I think this Mobius has him. We can actually move the Mobius right too if we need the space after next turn, so. We snap. We do this. What does their opponent got? Iron Man! Okay. So now what we do is... Hey, puppy. We move Mobius here, and we play Mercury Cannonball. Mercury... I don't see how they're winning left, or right. So they need a lot of power. Mystique ties them left.
I am Iron Man.
That's...
I am Iron Man.
Hellpounds. Okay. We got him. So glad they stayed. That is a nice cuber there. Good with the wife. Nice. How's the deck going? This deck's going well. We've been playing like pretty much all the cards, so we were kind of bouncing around. I think we ended up playing the most with I'll play this right because this is a better lane in case we draw like Kitty Pride and stuff or like Elsa. But sorry, I got distracted. A 3-cost card here. That's sweet. Let's do this, and then we play Madam Web. We were playing some... What is that freaking deck I'm thinking of called? Surfer Discard, which actually did really well for us. Wow, what are the odds? We can play this, this. You know what? I'm pretty okay with this, honestly. The idea here is we've got the Zombs lady herself with a lot of I wonder why they're playing Hood. Okay, wait a second. If I move this zombie into here, because it says Horde, what exactly is the wording on Horde? I think there's a way to say that right. It won't create it somewhere else. I think it'll just keep building that, yeah. So we can do this. We'll have 7 energy next turn. Uncle Ben. I guess they're Killmonger. I mean, that makes sense with the, Hood. Okay.
Great power comes.
No! Okay, wait. Hopefully one of these will trigger. Hopefully I'll get energy somewhere. But I don't know. Do I not get any energy? Really bad. Yes, okay, I do. Okay, I do. So we play... Oh my god. We play Cannonball left. Kitty Pryde right, Vibranium middle? This seems pretty good to me. We could get got by, like, what? A Juggernaut? Although we'd still win left. We might be fine with Juggernaut. Galacta. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. I think we win every lane. Oh no, we lose left by 1, but then we win. Okay, yeah, it does Horde there. I was like, for a moment there, I was like, wait a minute. Will this create another Horde? Because the Horde has to be somewhere else? But it does not. Alright, when you can't play Scarlet Kitty Pryde left, you play her right. The reason is, just in case... Yeah. In case, Deep Space flips up. Which, actually, I think I've seen Deep Space, like, 3 times today. Which is way more than I'm, used to. Rock is annoying. So one thing to keep in mind, I try to never play 1-drops in Mojo World because Killmonger exists. And that does seem like it's the move. Okay. Do I get priority? I really need priority here. Yes! Chat, we did it! Is this snappable? I think this is snappable. I think this is snappable. Cosmo. Horde. Horde. There's Deadpool. That's a big Deadpool. But you're gonna need a little bit more than that, opponent. Oh, and that was the Killmonger! Oh, they should have played the Killmonger right. This will give us 7 energy next turn. Wolverine and Venom, okay.
Enough said, Rob.
So, what's the best way to do this? Is it this? This means they need to play... Nothing has been destroyed, right? No, 2 things were destroyed. So death costs 5. This probably wins me, right? They just play Ardens. They need to put 2 cards here. Oh, this is the wrong 5-drop. Hold on a second. Okay, I think I'm doing this. I think I put Mercury here, Cannonball here, and then Cosmo here, Kitty Pryde here. Yeah. Come on, opponent. Come on. Just hit that retreat button. And a random activate card. Ours sucks, so thanks for that, opponent. Or a game. You can't use ours. Yep. So that stinks. I guess I might as well activate this. So we lost a draw and they got 1 more power than us. Okay, this is the exact deck that we were just playing against, which is not too bad for us. So let's play Elsa. Zombie, Scarlet Witch, Kitty Pryde, the Thing. Perfect. Where does the Horde go? Cool. Oh, is this... I think this is Cerebro 5. Okay. So Cerebro 5. We definitely play this. These 2 Sarahs. Didn't draw any. We could do that. We're at like 10. If they play 2 Cerebros, though, we're got. Meh. Let's see what happens. So that's 3. Yeah, they can still Cerebro. Rhino. Okay, wait a second. Wait. 21. So we win, we tie left, and then these things win it for us? No Cerebro, we're good? Woo! Got there. Wow.